You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
What's up, ladies? How y'all doing? It is your girl, your diva in knowledge, Lady Mocha, representing Mocha's Ladies Lounge. Welcome everybody for coming to the lounge. Big ups to all of the content creators who are also viewing the content as well. If you are new and this is your first time hearing my content ever and you like what you hear today, please make sure you subscribe so you can join the Mocha's Ladies Lounge. So, nevertheless, y'all might as well go ahead and hit that like button because you already know it's going to be good. So go ahead and get that in for me right quick. I would greatly appreciate that. But we're going to go ahead and get into today's content, talking about the botched, the bleached, and broken. Thirst trapping over 40. Now, before I go into basically sharing my sermon today, I know it's going to be a lot of sisters coming for me in the content in the comment section. I know I can hear them now. Oh, Mocha, you are just a hater. You're a hater. These women look great. These women look beautiful. You're just hating. Give these ladies their props because they look good. You just mad because you don't look as good as them. You just mad because they got that body yada yada and you don't. We should be supporting black women more. We shouldn't be putting down black women. We should always be uplifting and empowering one another. Listen, I know that every time I come for one of y'all favorite Atlanta housewives, it puts y'all in a whole nother mood. We as content creators, being on the other side of the fence, y'all, it amazes me how some of these subscribers be trying to tell you how to run your channel. I was told I don't need to talk about 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼. I don't need to address anything concerning her. Don't do her. I've been told don't come for 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼, and I'm like this is my channel and I'm going to speak upon who I choose to speak upon. That's like you coming to somebody's house and you telling them what to cook, what not to cook, what to clean and what not to clean. This is my house. So if you feel some type of way that I'm talking about your favorite Atlanta housewives, then gracefully exit from the stage, because some of y'all, not all y'all, most of y'all are cool for the most part, but every once in a while I'll get that troll termite who will come in my chat and try to come for me, and in the words of King, you don't come for me unless I send for you, okay? I'm gonna talk about them. It is what it is. But let's get into this, right? I know a lot of y'all have been noticing, especially if you have been fans of the franchise, The Housewives of Atlanta, for quite some time. Granted, I have not been watching, I would say, the last, oh my gosh, I can't remember how many seasons it was. I think the last season I stopped watching was, I think that was when Cynthia and NeNe stopped being friends, I believe. I just could not. NeNe to me was becoming a tumor, she started becoming a yeast infection. She was irritating me, and it got to a point to where I'm like, okay, the mean girl shenanigans is played out. Everybody's over 40. You know, I'm tired of the same storylines of the he say, she say. A lot of these reality shows that are built on the foundation of female friendships. Most of the storylines are he say, she say. You said this. I heard that. Somebody said, and I'm like, I'm just over the stale storylines. It just doesn't do it for me. It doesn't do it for me. It just doesn't, you know. And however, you know, even though I have not been watching the show for many, many years, I have noticed how a lot of these women have drastically changed and morphed physically to the point where they're almost unrecognizable, you know. And I understand there's a lot of factors that play into that, and that's the reason why I really want to speak on it. You know, there's plenty of other bloggers giving the tea, and I'm cool with that, and I'm going to allow them to have that platform of giving the tea. Well, I have a different insight perspective as to which I just want to point out specific or certain issues that stand out to me when it comes to these reality show individuals versus, you know, doing reviews and stuff like that. Because I think a lot of the female bloggers, they are already doing a wonderful job on keeping y'all up with the tea. So I leave that up to you know, the tea content creators who are already doing a great job at spilling it. So I noticed how a lot of these women have changed. You know, if you look back at their first season, when they first started out, you know, the original Housewives of Atlanta cast, you know, when it was Lisa Wu, NeNe, rest in peace, Greg Leakes, Deshaun Snow and Eric Snow, you know, Lisa Wu, Ed Hartwell, Kim Zolciak, you know, a lot of these people we don't forgot about, and a lot of them, you know, are divorced, not even together. You know, Eric Snow divorced Deshaun Snow. She was winning the first season, showing the beautiful big old home they had together, how she had her own salon in her home, and you could just look at Eric and tell he was just like over it, like he just didn't seem interested. So he just seemed like he checked out of that marriage long time ago. So I wasn't surprised when he divorced. But anyway, that's beside the point. But, you know, a lot of these, you know, a lot has changed. You know, a lot of people have divorced. A lot of people have remarried. You know, the children have gotten bigger. In other words, we've seen these women live their lives throughout television. We've watched them grow. We've watched them, their lives change before our eyes. You know, some of them have had loved ones who passed away, you know. So it's been it's been an interesting journey, you know, following a lot of these reality stars and just witnessing how much their lives have changed and just, you know, went different directions. But the main thing I noticed has changed is physically. A lot of these women's physical attributes have changed, and I know I'm not the only one who has not noticed it. It's gotten to the point, y'all, you know, plastic surgery and the BBLs are becoming an overkill. It's becoming an overkill now. It's to the point to where everyone is starting to look alike. I'm over the Barbie blow-up doll look, you know. Everybody's skin done got lighter, and let's just keep it 100. And like I said, if you don't like me talking about your favorite reality show host, you can kick rocks with open-toe shoes for all I care. However, let's be frank, NeNe was not that light, you know. You put a side-by-side picture of what she looked like when she started out on the show versus what she looks like now. NeNe has totally drastically changed. Her nose, her bone cheeks, You know, from my understanding, I believe she had got liposuction, stomach reduction. She's gotten a lot of work done. She really has. And she looks nothing like she looked starting off. When NeNe first started off on the show, she looked at somebody's, like somebody's aunt who's a secretary, at AutoZone, at a tire shop, Now she went from looking like an aunt who's a secretary at the auto shop to now she just looks like an aunt who has gotten a lot of work done. She still looks like an aunt, but she just looks like an aunt that has a lot of work done. Now, I would say this. A lot of these women look good. Let me start off by saying that. They do look good, okay? So has Phaedra. Phaedra was not this light, okay? But if you look at her old season, when she was married to Apollo, she was always a nice-looking, brown-skinned Southern Belle woman. She's going from brown skin to bleaching. Something is going on with her complexion, and I know a lot of y'all gonna try to lie and defend her and say, that's her makeup, that's the lighting. I'm not buying that. If you look at these side-by-side photos that I'm going to be displaying in this content, you will see a lot of work was done. Same thing with Sheree. Sheree started off, didn't look nothing like what she looks like now. So y'all can miss me with that. A lot of y'all be trying to defend these women. Y'all feeling so quick to get butt hurt because somebody talking about your favorite reality show star. And if you don't like what somebody got to say, just don't view the content, because by you viewing the content, it helps to increase my views, so you're doing me a favor by coming over here in the first place. If you don't want to help me out, you don't want to help grow my channel, just don't come over here and view what I have to say, versus wasting your time going in the comment section, because 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna delete you and block you anyway. So we've seen these women drastically change, and this is the only part that makes me that rubs me the wrong way with a lot of these women. We like to support women in their delusions. I go through Facebook and I'm looking at the Shade Room and the Real Housewives of Atlanta, all of these different bloggers or chat rooms who will post pictures of these women, and a lot of y'all will come in the comment section and say, oh, she looks great, she looks stunning, NeNe looks good, she looks beautiful, and this is not to discredit and say they don't, but let's keep it real. A lot of these women did not naturally start coming that way. To me, I could only give props to a woman who naturally looks good without having any body work done. Like, for instance, Kenya, from what I know, Kenya has not had any body work done. If anybody knows different, correct me if I'm wrong, but Kenya has not had any body work done. Just a natural beauty. Megan Thee Stallion, from my understanding, hasn't had any body work done. It's a lot of women. Halle Berry has not had any body work done. It's a lot of beautiful, stunning women. Nia Long has not had any body work done. Vivica Fox, nobody. I can't say that because I forgot. She said she got some stuff done to her face, but nevertheless, I think a little surgery, a little touch up, a little slim down on the nose, a little, a little tum tuck, a little alterations is not too major, but for the most part, I can respect a woman who has naturally worked hard to get her body to look the way that it does. A woman who hits the gym, a woman who eats healthy, a woman who, is naturally beautiful, has plenty of beauty, natural booty, not going under the knife, not getting a surgeon to insert booty implants or take fat from one part of the body and insert it to the butt. That's not natural. You actually have to go to a doctor to get it done. Now, I'm not knocking women who do decide to do that. You got to make yourself feel good about yourself at the end of the day. It doesn't matter what bloggers or what anybody else has to say. If it makes you feel good going under the knife, then do you. But we're not going to act like these women naturally got these bodies, naturally got these noses, naturally got these skin tones, when we know they have changed and altered it. And this is what a lot of y'all have to understand. If y'all had the money that 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 and 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 and the rest of these reality stars women had, you could look just as good going up under the knife. If you was to get the same surgery and 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 got, or 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 got, or Sheree or whatever got, you would look just as fabulous. Not to say that you're not already fabulous, but it does make a difference when you get a surgeon, to perform plastic surgery on your body, because it means you basically get to alter your imperfections. If your nose is too big, you get to make it smaller. If your cheeks is too wide, you get to make them slimmer. You get to customize. You get these doctors to customize whatever it is you want. And I'm sure if anybody had the choice to do so and had the money, they would change certain things about themselves. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of us are stuck with our imperfections because we cannot afford these surgeons. And some of us, such as myself, I just don't feel comfortable under the knife. I just don't. I don't want to go under the knife unless it's a life-threatening situation. Something has to be removed because it's my life on the line, or my daughter needs a kidney or something like that. It has to be something extremely detrimental for me to go there. But for the most part, I'm not going to go under the knife because I want to change my nose. But what has happened with a lot of these ladies, and not so much just the ones who got the body work done, the ones who have become addicted to thirst trapping. What has happened is that these shows have made a lot of these ladies overly share a lot of themselves. We have gotten to learn a lot about their personalities through these television shows. And just like there are many female viewers, the majority of followers or fans or viewers of the shows are women. There's a lot of men who also watch these shows as well. And what has happened is, once you have these women have exposed themselves, their personalities, we've seen the good, we've seen the bad, and we've gotten to know them personally. And what has happened is, off the camera, off the show, these ladies still have to live their real lives, personal lives, outside of television, off of the screens, without any cameras around. They still have to live a real life, when the cameras ain't there, basically. And you have to realize the majority of, and I'm just focusing on this show and specifically here, most of the women from that show reside in Atlanta. You have to realize Atlanta is a very overly saturated city. There's so many beautiful women in Atlanta, younger women, older women. Not only that, there's a lot of successful women in Atlanta. So there's a lot of competition for women, and not only that, and let's just keep it a buck. Not only, beautiful, successful women have to compete with other beautiful, young, successful women. Let's keep it a buck. You got women who also competing with men. There's a lot of men, that's messing with that splendor. They are partaking with that splendor, that artificial sweetener. You know, that sweet and low. You got some guys on the DL, okay? You got to deal with the fact, too, there's also these transmissions. These transmissions, because I got to keep it rated G so they don't bother my channel. No, the alphabet mafia. But more so these transformers, okay? These individuals now have the advantage of going up under the knife as well. And might I add, a lot of them look damn good. The transition from one gender to becoming a female. Okay, so women aren't the only ones that are going under the knife to, you know, get all type of work, to get surgery on their imperfections. But you have these transmissions now that also have that advantage. And they look just as beautiful, just as stunning as natural born women. So there's a lot of competition, you know, in Atlanta. Atlanta is very overly saturated. And what has happened is the women on these shows have become so well known that when they go on a social scene, meaning these clubs, meaning these after parties, these dinner parties, unfortunately, people still perceive them from what they are, from what they presented themselves to be on the show. So, even when these women, you know, try to carry themselves a little differently outside of that element, out with the cameras not being there, the problem is people have already gained their own perception of what they feel about them. Like, either you like Phaedra or you don't. You know, you might like Phaedra because, you know, she's always been that Southern belle with the shade, you know, that knew how to cut you like a machete verbally with her words. Some people love Phaedra for that, while some people don't like Phaedra for that reason. No different than Nene. Nene was always the shade, the ultimate shade queen that will have the most wittiest comebacks, and for that, a lot of people loved her for it. But at the same time, that was one of the things that also made a lot of people not like her. So you have people that pick and choose who they like on their shows and who they don't like on their shows. But this is the thing: when those cameras are not there, people get to see the real you. But the problem is they already have a jaded perception of you from the show. They may perceive you, oh, that's the bitch, that's the thing, she know it all, that's the, you know, the Southern belle from hell, you know. So a lot of these women are finding out after they, you know, done they filming and they're not filming or whatever, and they taking a break for a season and not doing any recording or whatever. The problem is a lot of people have already gathered their own perception, and that comes along with being a celebrity, a star, reality show star. You know, because these, for the most part, they're not acting. So whatever they carry themselves to be on the show, that's how people are going to feel they really are in real life. So a lot of these women, you know, outside of the show, they got challenges like ordinary women, you know, who aren't filming, who aren't reality show stars. They still are struggling with dating. Okay, we've seen a lot of these reality star women go from guy to guy to guy. You know, they've gone from reality show to reality show to dating reality show. They're going to marriage couples. You know, we witnessed them still trying to seek love, still trying to seek attention. At the end of the day, a woman is a woman. A woman wants to be appreciated. She wants to be valued. She wants a male companion. For the most part, you know, I can't speak for the I don't need a man in my life right now type of woman, but for the most part, women want some type of male connection, some type of male companionship. So these women within this industry, they are really struggling in that. You got to remember the competition is very, very, very overly saturated because you have these women like Phaedra and Nene. A lot of these women still look great, but they're up in their age. And what has happened is a a lot of these men in this day and age, which is why I'm glad I'm really not in the dating era. You know, if I were to have to go out there and date right now, I would be totally lost in the sauce, because when I met my husband, dating was really, really dating. There wasn't no inboxing each other on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. That man actually had to take you out. Okay, he couldn't just go in your DM and oh, what's up, shorty? How you doing, sexy, whatever. No, he actually had to go out his way, and ask for your number. He had to actually court you. These men today, they really don't have to court thanks to the internet. Dating is actually very easy. They take a lot of shortcuts. And now you have a lot of these male bloggers, unfortunately, that have tainted these men as far as, men understanding the value of dating, the purpose of dating. Dating is like an interview. You're supposed to talk and communicate, share your interests with one another, and it's basically like an interviewing process. You're getting ready to, this is the phase of learning this person to see if they have potential companionship, potential relationship goals. You want to be able to know that this person has some type of interest, share some of the same interests you share. These day and age, it ain't like that no more. A lot of these male bloggers done got these new breed men thinking you don't have to take a woman out. You don't have to spend no money on a woman. You don't have to treat a woman out, unless she giving you something or doing something for you. This new dating breed era is just totally, it's botched up. You got these men thinking they don't have to treat a woman out to dinner, when that was something back then men admired, loved doing. You had men who wanted to shower women with a nice dinner, taking her to an exotic place that he knows that other men have not taken her to. You had men who took pride in that, wanting to introduce you to something he know other men didn't have the privilege to introduce you to. But men used to love to take a woman out to eat and show her a good time. Now, these new breed dudes, these better males, that are being breeded today, they don't think all of that is necessary. They feel like that's doing too much. Man, you don't need to be taking these women out to eat. These women are gold diggers. Let them pay for their own meal. If she ain't giving you no booty, you don't need to be paying for no steak and potatoes. You better take her to get some crystals. That 10 crystals for $10.99. That's what these men are being taught now. But it's not only the new era. You have a lot of the old school men. Some of them have adopted this new better male perception of you don't have to treat a woman out. So not only that, I can't put on all the men, because you do have a lot of women now who are actually gloating at the fact of when a man takes them out to eat, they ordering 20, 30 things on purpose and posting on TikTok. Yeah, I got him to pay for all my food, but I'm not calling him back. I'm not, trying to kick it with him. The whole dating, like they say, is piss in the dating pool. But not only is it piss, it's diarrhea as well. It's a lot of crap going on out here, and that's why men don't go the extra mile to try to court women. And women, unfortunately, they not understanding dating is more to dating than just a man paying for all your oysters and paying for your crab and lobster. You're supposed to be getting to learn this man and see if he has potential husband, if he has husband potentials, if he has soulmate potentials. But this is what a lot of these women are up against out here. So as much as y'all want to give these women props, Phaedra, Marlo, Nene, all of these women who done got all kind of work done, for those who didn't get their work done, they constantly feel the need to thirst trap. We see Marlo do it all the time. Now again, Marlo is a beautiful woman, but I will say her attitude stinks like funky gym socks. Okay, her mouth, I would rather clean out a dumpster with no gloves on than to hear Marlo's mouth. Her mouth is trashy, it's filthy. So my thing is this. If these women on the show, we've seen them in front of the cameras, get out of pocket, be rude, shade overkill, don't know when not to insult or throw jabs. Can you imagine when it comes to them going out here dating, how that unfortunately can taint men from taking them serious? Not only that, some of these women, they carry that same personality they carry on the show, they carry it off the camera. Prime example, when I was watching Nene's YouTube channel, right? Because she has a YouTube channel. She had actually posted a video of her and Naomi. That was the married man who she recently just broke up with. Okay, she posted a video of him and her having a disagreement. Okay, and Nene, for whatever reason, she felt compelled to having to record herself discussing her issue with Naomi on her camera phone. Okay? And basically she was saying about so many words, of how a woman wants to be treated with respect, wants a man to, make her feel like she's worth the value. You can tell she couldn't get Naomi to listen or to understand where she was coming from to the way she wanted him to understand. So she decided, instead of talking to him directly like a grown woman and a grown man should do, she decided to get on her phone and go live and discuss what she's going through with him. And I'm like, you have become so addicted to the camera. You don't know how to hold a conversation with a grown man without having to live or record yourself having an issue with him. So she was talking to the audience about what differences or difficulties she's been having with them. And that was when Naomi threw his little shade like, man, you doing too much. Just, it's not that serious. Calm down. Have you been drinking today? And that's when she was like, no, have you been drinking today? That was his narcissistic way of making her look bad, because from his perspective, he's looking at her go on live to discuss what's going on with the both of them instead of her talking to him directly. And basically, that is when he had to save face and make it look like she the drama one too. Have you been drinking today? So it was very interesting to know that there was really no chemistry between the both of them, which we knew that already. I just think for Naomi, in Nene's eyes, she just was more fixated on the fact that he looks good, because he is a nice looking man, nice looking older Nigerian man. But she was so fixated on them looking like the it couple that she was struggling to deal with the man for who he truly was. She was so fixated on the image of, of walking the red carpets with him, paparazzi catching them come out all of these exotic restaurants and seeing them dressed to kill together, and they looking like this power couple. But the truth of the matter was, she was low-key miserable with him. He was nothing. They was not this it couple like she tried to present them to be. They was not on the same page. And a lot of women have to understand, when you picking up these foreign men, Nigerian, African, Puerto Rican, when you're getting these foreign men from a whole nother country, not the ones who've been Americanized, who probably been within the United States for the majority of their lives, but these men who still have a strong attachment to their Nigerian culture or their African culture, they really, honestly, they really don't care for American women. They really do not. These Nigerian, these African, these Haitian men, these foreign men, Pakistani, Arab, these foreign men don't have a strong liking for American women because American women from their culture are not submissive enough. American women are very independent and self-sufficient. Also, some of these men have come from cultures where they're used to having multiple wives. The principles is different from American men. Their cultures is different from American men. Most of them are very dominant, and they're not going to pretty much deal with women like 𝓜𝓸 that are very mouthy, that are very highly opinionated. You have to realize they're used to coming from a culture in which women pretty much bow down to them, submit to them, don't try to challenge them intellectually or mentally or verbally on much of anything. So I already knew it was only a matter of time that 𝓜𝓸 was not going to last with Naomi. 𝓜𝓸 is used to being with Greg, a man that's for the most part submissive to her, who complies with her dominance to a degree. You're not going to just go out there and pick up a man that's going to bow down and comply with your program. And I guess that's what 𝓜𝓸, like a lot of these women, were striving to do. So when they cannot get men to bow down or comply with the program, here comes the thirst trapping. Meaning, now when you in the streets, you got to dress overly revealing. It's so much TNAs, and what I mean by TNAs, tits and ASS. It's becoming it's becoming a very it's becoming overly common. It's so many women that are doing it now. And it's like women don't believe in leaving anything to the imagination anymore. If you see in my thumbnail, I got a picture of 𝓜𝓸 and 𝓜𝓸, 𝓜𝓸, and Marlo. Now, I was really shocked with 𝓜𝓸 because she actually has a video on Facebook, and I would have inserted it in this content, but I don't want to get flagged because she's showing a lot of action, in her bikini, so you can't actually see her bottom part, but it's, I just didn't want to take that chance or whatever, and somebody reported or whatever. But she's wearing her bikini, and you can tell she's in the mirror, and she has her camera going up and down, making sure nobody misses all of her assets, if you will. And I'm like, 𝓜𝓸, really? How did we go from the southern classy to southern trashy? And there's nothing wrong with a woman wearing a bikini, but go wear it on the beach. It's gotten to the point now, a lot of these women, Marlo, 𝓜𝓸, a lot of these women are becoming more and more loose with their body parts. It's like now, every time you see them, they have to have a titty out, they have to have their butts out, the butt cheeks and everything going on. And I'm like, you just steadily giving off desperation vibes. Do you not have enough confidence in yourself to still be able to be sexy and beautiful and still get the attention of a man who's going to like you for you, not because of all the goodies that you are advertising? I didn't say advertising. It's a lot of advertising. That's the word. That's my word. I'm going to go ahead and copy paste that. Make sure y'all give me my credit. It's too much advertising. A lot of straight up advertising. 𝓜𝓸 is dressing more and more explicit. And I kind of get it if you're a young woman, you're in your 20s, until you mature and you find out, you have to tone down how you dress, tone down how much you share of yourself. Then you go through that phase. I've been through the hoochie mama phase. I think the majority of women, we've been through that hoochie mama phase when you were trying to still find yourself. Until you got older, you understood, okay, this is not working. I'm attracting a lot of the wrong guys to me. I'm not picking up gentlemen. I'm picking up a lot of Pookie and Ray Rays. I'm not attracting the right guys. I'm gonna have to change how I dress, change how I carry myself. When maturity sets in, you realize you got to do something different, or else you're gonna be attracting the same type of dudes. So I'm looking at these women like Phaedra and 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 and all of them, and it just goes to show you how much confidence a lot of these women lack. For them to have all the shade and be able to, downgrade other women and put down other women. We've seen Phaedra put down women on the show. We've seen 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 do it. We've seen Marlo do it. But for them to act like they have so much confidence is a spirit in which people can read your energy and know you confident without you having to always exploit your body. You don't always have to advertise. And what's going on is that a lot of these women are older now, and what tends to happen is as some women get older, they struggle with embracing their age. And it doesn't mean you have to dress like an old lady, dresses past your kneecaps, your face got to be covered up, you got to wear turtlenecks. I'm not saying you have to dress like you a Mormon or you Amish, but what I'm saying is that a lot of these women feel they have to overly advertise because they're not getting the attention they really want. And what they're not understanding is they think because they got all this surgery done, they got their nose fixed, they got their tummy tucked, they got they lips plumpier, they got their cheeks done, they got all of these things fixed to their body, all of these imperfections. The main thing they need to fix is their personality. Not only do they need to fix their personality, they need to fix their outlook on life. 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 has gotten all of that work done, but yet what she needs to have fixed is her personality. It's her mindset. What a lot of women do not understand, you can get all the work physically done to your body all you want, but until you change your spirituality, until you change your sexuality, meaning how you make yourself appeal to the opposite sex, to men, until you change your mindset, you're still going to find yourself in the same place when it comes to dealing with men. You're still not going to seek that. You're not going to, get that male companion that's right for you. You're still not going to meet the right type of guys because your mindset has not changed, sis. It's great you changed your nose. You made your nose smaller. What about your ego, though? 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 ego needs a reduction. She reduced her nose, but when is 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 going to reduce her ego? Phaedra has bleached and lightened her complexion, but when is she going to lighten up and realize, look, you need to tone it down? How much ass cheeks and titties do we got to keep seeing coming from you? But when are these women going to understand you have to bring something different to the table? These men can go to the strip club and see tits and ass day in and day out. I'm not on my spiritual zen today. I'm on my ratchet zen today. So excuse me if you will, okay? Because I know Pakisha is going to try to pick me out for, oh, Mocha, how one minute you teaching the scriptures, but the next minute, you cussing and using profanity. I told y'all I'm ratchlicious. I'm ratchet and religious at the same time. Okay? But back to my point in case, the problem is they keep going to these surgeons, getting this work done, getting that smaller nose, getting a bigger butt, all of this work done. But the problem is A lot of these women have not changed their way of thinking. They have not changed their mindset. Phaedra is still walking around here thinking she's the Southern Belle, meaning that she's God's gift to men, not willing to humble herself, not saying that as women we should settle and accept anything just for men to want us or desire us. That is not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that women need to lower their standards or lower their principalities when it comes to choosing a certain type of man. But what I'm saying is you got to humble yourself as far as your attitude, thinking you can get any man you want, or you should be able to get any man you want just because you had your titties lifted and because you had your Brazilian butt lift. Now these women, this is the thing, the mind and the body have to be on the same accord. Okay, you again, all of these women is getting all this work done, and that's why they feel mentally like, okay, I got all this work done, I could be sexier now, I could be more explicit, I'm gonna show more skin, I'm gonna show a lot more booty. But my thing is, you're doing all of that, but your attitude, your arrogance, your sense, your delusional sense of superiority and thinking you are the cat's meow, that because you got all this work done, you are automatically entitled to a certain type of man. You think getting all this work done is automatically going to give you the privilege of getting the man that you think you deserve. And not understanding that men think totally different from women. Like they say, women are from women are from Venus, men are from Mars, or however they said it. Men are not. You have some. You still have some now, but for the most part, men aren't really asphyxiated. They're not so much impressed by women who are getting all type of work done. But you know why? Because it's an overkill. So many women are doing it. You're not the only one with a small nose. A lot of women have got their nose small. You're not the only one with a big that done got their butts done. It's women who got butts naturally and didn't even have to go and get no BBL or anything. So my thing is, you have a lot of these women who think because they physically changed themselves that it's going to change their life. All of a sudden they're going to be the Prince Charming. All of a sudden they're going to have all of these men running for them and checking for them. You're not offering anything any different than what the rest of the women in Atlanta are. That's what Phaedra, Nene, and Marlo, a lot of them not understanding. You see these beautiful women and you wonder why they're still single. I know even as women, we see other women who are beautiful. And you cannot say that you didn't think at least once in your mind, she's a beautiful woman. I wonder why she doesn't have a male companion. I wonder why she's not married. She's successful. She's a lawyer. You know, she has a nice body. She works out at the gym. All of these beautiful women. And yet, you know, they can't seem to land a companion. And I'm not saying a woman is only worth something if she has a man. I'm not saying that some of them aren't just enjoying being a single life. But you ain't fooling nobody. You not having your booty cheeks and breasts out just so women could notice. You doing that because you want a man to notice you. Why? Why do you want a man to notice you? Because deep down inside, you want a relationship. Deep down inside, you want a male companionship. Okay? It's just, and to a certain degree, you do got some women that just want some DNA, you know, dick and attention. But for the most part, you're not dressing that way just to dress that way. You're trying to lure a man into checking for you. You want a man to notice you. You want a man to be interested in you. You not walking around here showing your booty cheeks and your titties just to be showing them. You advertising for a reason. And what a lot of them are not understanding, you're not showing anything that these men don't already be seeing day in and day out. Like I said earlier, they can go to the strip club and do that. Phaedra and a lot of these women, you know, that's getting all of this work done, it really shows it really displays to me how low. You know, I look at the opposite way. You have a lot of these sisters out here, you know, that feel like women like Nene and Phaedra, they got all this confidence. She looks good. She looks great. Let me tell you something. Women, we can compliment each other all day. But it's nothing like hearing it from a man. Okay? You know? And another thing is, you got some men who can be attracted to you body-wise and think you have a beautiful body and even compliment you in the body. But that's as far as it goes for them. They don't see you as wife material. They don't see you as somebody they can build a foundation with or have anything with. And that's just the whole bottom line. Let's just, you know, keep reflecting back on when Phaedra was with Apollo. Okay? Phaedra was not as light then as she is now. Nobody's not going to convince me that this woman ain't bleaching herself. She is bleaching herself. Bleaching has become a big phenomenon amongst black women. And I watched a documentary in Jamaica where it is known, you have a lot of Jamaican women in that culture that are spending hundreds on bleaching cream products. And not only is it a lot of money, it's a lot of time. Once you start bleaching, you got to keep doing it and keep doing it, because there's this perception of the lighter my skin tone is, the more men will find me appealing. If y'all don't believe it, look up some of the documentaries about bleaching in Jamaica. It is very interesting, and of how far not only the women do bleaching, so do the men. The men do bleaching. In Jamaica, they call it caking. Okay, it's called cake. Matter of fact, the rapper, his name Vybz Kartel. If y'all don't know the Jamaican rapper Vybz Kartel, who is currently right now incarcerated and serving a life sentence, Vybz Kartel, to make it simple, was like the Jay-Z of Jamaica. You feel me? Very well-known, respected rapper. He was the one that introduced him. Well, he played a part. I ain't gonna say he was put it all on him, but he played a major part in the skin bleaching. Matter of fact, he got a song out called Cake, in which he encourages people to go get their skin bleached. So, there's this sense of men will find me more attractive, more appealing if I brighten my skin. So, the Jamaican culture, I know a lot of women in Jamaica do it. And not only is it a ongoing, taboo there, but they're doing it a lot within the States now. They're doing it a lot within the United States. They got all these bleaching products that you can buy from these beauty supply stores, these creams, and it's very time consuming because you just don't put one cream on. When you see all of the stuff they got to do to brighten their skin, I'm like, oh my gosh, I wouldn't have the patience for it. You got to put one layer on of one thing, and then you got to turn around and put a different layer on. Then you got to wrap your skin up with saran wrap. It was just too much. I'm like, But the crazy part about skin bleaching is that, matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you to give y'all a prime example, Latasha Scott from the group Escape, the one who's married to Rocky. You can tell she has done a lot of skin bleaching, and yet it still has not stopped Rocky from cheating on her with lighter women. And she knows Rocky, her husband, has a type, so that's why she overly bleaches her skin. Now, this is the crazy part. And Lil' Kim, rapper Lil' Kim too, done the same thing. She's overly bleached herself. Now, the crazy part about it is, when it comes to bleaching, this is the thing. You still cannot rid your skin's natural pigments. So, for instance, if you look at your hands right now, your knuckles, you notice how your knuckles are darker in your hand, how your knuckles are darker than the rest of the skin of your hand, even your kneecaps. You notice how your kneecaps are a little darker? Keep in mind, when you bleach, you still cannot catch every area of your skin, because the certain areas of the skin just cannot be bleached. So if you notice a person who does a lot of bleaching, look at their knuckles. You still gonna see some darkness, because that's that natural pigmentation that even bleaching cannot overpower. I remember when I saw Tamika Scott from Escape, she took a photo, and I remember the bottom, she was wearing a skirt, and I remember her knees was so black, while her face was so pale, like she was a dead body in a morgue. Okay, her upper body was so bright and light and pale. But see, those natural skin pigmentations, like I told you, like but the kneecaps and the knuckles, where it's naturally darker, bleach is not going to be able to overpower that. So it looks really weird. It looks really funny. And I'm like, you know, a lot of these women out here are bleaching and not understanding that. It actually makes them look worse. It makes them look artificial. It makes them look like they are walking corpse. You know, you so bright and light, but your kneecaps, it's still charcoal. You know what I mean? You cannot 100% rid your skin's natural pigmentation. You just cannot. You have these women that pretend to have all this high self-esteem because they know how to throw shade at people. They know they always, you know, posting thirst trapping pictures, you know, of themselves in their bikinis, you know, or themselves strolling on the night of the town. And the thing is, you know, sis, you're not fooling us. You know, you're not really happy with who you are and what God gave you. Now, this does not mean that if a woman wants to feel better about herself, that, you know, she should completely rule out surgery. Do what makes you happy. If that makes you feel better about yourself, do what makes you feel happy. But the truth is, it's not a good look. It's so many women that are doing it, you're not standing out. And then some of these women don't have the best of surgeons. I've seen some booty jobs that have made women look like, you know, they were sitting on a Section 8 sofa. They was carrying a Section 8 sofa, a sectional sofa, around them everywhere they go. I mean, it's just unnatural for your butt to be so big that it don't match your thighs. You know, that you built like an ant. And a lot of these women have become so addicted to surgery, they don't think it looks bad. While everybody is standing behind them in the grocery market, taking pictures and posting it, you know, being entertained by, you know, their botched up body, that's making them like they're part of the circus. And their mind, they really think that they are attractive. They don't think that it looks bad. They don't think that it looks funny. They see absolutely nothing wrong with it, to the point that some of them will go back and get it even bigger. You have a lot of women that have become women of low self-esteem, women that are broken. They are opting for surgery to heal them. They think getting their nose done, getting their butt done, getting their breasts done, getting their skin lighter, they think it's going to heal them. Only for them to find out after you done got all this work done, because your attitude still sucks, you still arrogant, you think you God's gift to men, and men pick up on this notion that you think he just bow down to you, he automatically doesn't even approach you. Or if he does have a date, if y'all do go out and over conversation, you know, he picks up this vibe that, you know, you really are into yourself and you're not into, you know, trying to build something with someone. The lose interest. You know, you never hear from them again. You wonder why. Oh, we had a good date. We was vibing. No, he was being cool and cordial, but he sensed something somewhere that you are very full of yourself. No different than a woman. If you're on a date with a very attractive guy, but he's giving you this vibe that he thinks he's God's gift to men, he thinks he's the cat's meow, you automatically gonna get turned off and lose interest. Phaedra and Nene, a lot of these women on these shows, they think that they're God's gift to men. And don't let a woman that's already arrogant and thinks she's the best thing since sliced bread get work done to her body. Now her ego has totally inflated. Now, you know, her arrogance has really suppressed. And yet, these are the, you know, and I find it funny, like, here it is, you know, Apollo's in a whole nother relationship with a woman who ain't got near as much work done. Well, he's married, has a wife with a whole nother woman that had near as much work done. But what I did notice was Apollo's wife is a light-skinned woman who wears her hair bleached and who wears her hair blonde and bleached. I find it funny how Phaedra's skin done got lighter, and now all of a sudden she's wearing these blonde, different color hair. I mean, Phaedra, like I said, Phaedra went to this classy Southern attorney to, she's looking like a city girl. She's looking like a city girl, and it's just shocking to realize that, wow, you know, your attention, your self-esteem is just that low now to where you have had to take all these extreme measures to change yourself. Everywhere Phaedra goes now, she has to have her titties or her ass out. I'm like, okay, you look good. You already have a nice body. How many times we got to keep seeing your TNAs? You leave nothing to the imagination, and you wonder why these men don't take you seriously. Now, keep in mind, you also got a business. You got to practice. You're supposed to be an attorney. Who's going to take an attorney serious? Who's going to want you to be over their case for a serious case? You know, when you around here showcasing your tits and your ass all the time. You still got a brand. Nothing wrong with being sexy. Nothing wrong with showing some body, yada, yada. But you mean to tell me you can't wear a nice dress with your butt covered up and your titties covered up? You know, you can show a little cleavage. And if your butt is naturally round, they're going to see that you have a butt anyway without actually showing your butt crack or your booty cheeks. It just goes to show a lot of these women, the less attention they get, the more explicit they become. It's like, okay, I've been showing my titties and still not getting the attention I want. Okay, let me show my titties and my ass. You got to keep overly exposing yourself, thinking it's going to get you more attention. And it doesn't. It's a difference between a man getting a man's attention and getting a man's respect. And you would think now that these women are older, they would know that. No, same thing with Marlo. Marlo had on something totally sheer where you see everything. All it does is it gives men the indication of just wanting to smash. It lets them know that you want to be smashed. That's the perception they're receiving. She wants to get smashed. She wants some wood. When you dress like that, it makes a man think that you're deprived and you want to get laid. That's what he's thinking. He's not looking at, oh, she's a sexy woman. He's looking at, no, she wants to get smashed. And I think that's a big problem for a lot of these women out here. And it's a lot of them, even a lot of them from the show Love and Hip Hop, Carly Rae, Kim Bella. A lot of them women got all kind of work and stuff done. And yet, they still not meeting men that take them serious. They still can't court a guy that wants a relationship with them, that wants to build something with them. Because a man can look at how you carry yourself and know automatically what your motives are. He'll already size you up as not being something that he can be proud to embrace. First of all, a man don't want a woman that advertises all her goodies for other men to see. That's common sense. And they wonder why they single and by themselves. Like I said, if you happy being single and by yourself and you don't care, then you can, you don't have to receive this message. But if you are overly advertising yourself and you want a male companion, you want a relationship, and you're wondering why these men aren't taking you seriously, you wonder why when y'all go out on these dates, you never hear back from them. No man wants a woman that every man has the privilege of seeing. If he already gets to see it before he comes into your bedroom, where is the curiosity? Where is the eagerness of wanting to get to know what you have to offer? You already laying your cards out on the table when you exploit all of your goodies. Certain things a man just don't need to see until you give him the privilege to join you in the bedroom. You got to leave something to the imagination. You got to hold back on something that's going to keep him wondering. That's going to keep him curious. And that's what builds the chemistry, is when you make a man curious about what you got to offer. You already coming out on the first date with your tits and your ass and everything already out. There's nothing for him to wait on. There's nothing for him to look forward to. You're already putting it all out like there. And you got a lot of these women, that's what I say. Just because a woman talks the talk and walks the walk, I know a lot of beautiful, successful women that have the mindset of a high school girl. It just amazes me that we have these full-grown women that's supposed to be business women, that's supposed to be lawyers, that's supposed to be that got the celebrity status. They're supposed to hold themselves to a certain type of character. They're supposed to uphold themselves to a certain standard, and they doing a lot of city girl, high school, mediocre. They doing a lot of basic, broad, things. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's something basic females do. Basic females go around showing TNAs. A woman with class, with morals, with some type of substance about herself. She knows how to pull off a sexy banging outfit without her butt cheeks hanging out. She ain't wearing drawers every time she goes out. You got a lot of these women, all they wear is drawers now when they go out. You got women who wear lingeries, and you wondering why a lot of these men don't respect women. They get on this content, and they do this content. They drag us, they talk about how we always seeking DNA, dick, and attention, how we always thirst trapping and all of that, because a lot of women are getting confidence and cockiness. They're getting the two of it confused. Just because you go around here acting like you the God's gift to men, it don't mean that you really feel that way. Because if you felt like you was a prized possession, you wouldn't be showing all your prized possessions if you really felt like you was a prize. And the more desperate these women get, the more you're going to see them dressing more and more explicit. The more you're going to see them posting more thirst trap photos. You're going to be seeing them in bikinis. You're going to be seeing them with their cakes out. And I'm like, you're doing all of that, but is it really getting you the type of man you want? Is it making the type of men you want to find appealing to you? Or are you attracting those type of men? Or are you attracting the Pookies and the Ray Rays? What type of energy are you sending off? You getting all this work done. You done got these lip injections, liposuction, Brazilian butt lift, breast implants, all of this work done, but the main work is in your spirituality, and it's definitely in your mind. I find it ironic how you got so many women who want to change everything but their outlook on life. And they get all this surgery done only to find out they still not happy. They still picking up Pookies and Ray Rays. I've known women who have gotten surgery only to regret it because they thought this new butt was going to bring them better opportunities. They thought these new pair of breasts was going to give them the gateway to meeting a good man or getting a good husband, latching one of these NBA football players or whatever. Only to find out they still are attracting the same type of Pookie and Ray Rays before the surgery. Then there's some women who got surgery who regretted it because the surgery did not come out exactly like they wanted. Now, for instance, even when you go to a hair salon, you go to a hair shop, a beauty salon, and you show your stylist the kind of hairstyle you want, you bring her in the picture. And the truth of the matter is, she can come as close as she can, but it's not going to be exactly like that picture. She may come close, but it's not going to be exactly. But the thing about it is, in some instances, depending on that hairstyle, even if she messes up, you can possibly fix it. Unless it's one of them hairstyles where you cut a whole lot off or something, then that's different. But in some case, you can replace that. It'll grow back. It'll change. You can change it. With surgery, if they just a little bit off, as a woman, you're going to notice it because we're very, very detailed with our bodies and our hair and stuff. So if they make that booty still way bigger than what you mentally had in mind, or they made it smaller than what you mentally had in mind, you can very well become disappointed, because it's a 50-50 chance that when they do all kind of work to your body, it's not going to come out exactly the way you had pictured in mind. And that's where it's very, very risky. Women who have gotten surgery done only to regret it. Because sometimes what you think is wrong with you and you get it fixed, you be like, you know what, I could have just kept what I had. This ain't all of what I thought it was. They made it too big, or they made it too small, or the fact that, once you start that type of surgery, you got to keep getting it done. You don't just get breast and butt and you ride off into the sunset. You have to get that stuff maintenance every 5 to 10 years. So once you start it, you got to keep doing it. I think with the breast implants, you got to replace them every 10 years or something like that. Keep in mind if you want to have children, if you want to breastfeed, stuff like that. And you got some women, they do it for a living because they the type of profession they in. You got some women who are strippers that get their butt done for that reason. You got some women that are OnlyFans, doing OnlyFans, and they get all this work done for a reason. My thing is, if you're gonna get work done on your body, do it sincerely because that's what you want and that's what makes you happy. Don't sit up here and get all of this stuff done thinking it's going to land you a man, thinking it's going to get you married tomorrow, thinking now that I got all this work done, I got more options. I should be able to get any man I want now. Don't think because you got all this work done that is going to open all kind of doors for you. That is going to finally get you to that place in which you can get any man that you want. And I'm not saying all women are having surgery for that matter, but let's be honest. Most of them are. You're not getting a big butt just for women to look at it. Who are you fooling? Oh, I'm happy with myself. I don't need no man. Well, I know you ain't getting all that work done just for a woman. Just for yourself. You want a man to notice you. You want a man to be attracted to you. And nothing wrong with that. But if that's the main reason you're doing this, sis, I'm going to let you know you're going to be disappointed. A lot of these women, in these reality show world, they find out, men are still men. I don't care how long you've been on the Housewives of Atlanta. I don't care how long you've been, you know, well known as far as in the industry. And the thing about it too, a lot of these women are not going to get men in the industry. And the reason for that, you know, a lot of them think now because they done been on these shows, they could link up or be in the circle of these basketball players, these rappers, or these men of high prestige in the industry. The problem is a lot of these industry men, dudes, some of them are already married, for one. You know, been with their same wives for years, like Denzel Washington, LL Cool J, Ja Rule. You got a lot of men in the industry that have been with their same wives for years. Or you got some of them who enjoy being a bachelor. They're just not going to take no woman serious, like Drake, like Lil Wayne. You have a lot of men out here in the industry who enjoy being a bachelor. They don't want the drama of being married or any of that. So it's not only that, the problem is a lot of these industry men, they got so many choices and options. You're not no pick of the litter. You know what I mean? You're going to only stand out but so much. So these men in the industry, these successful men, these men that are wealthy, that are well off, that are very well established, you know, as actors, as athletes, or whatever it is that they professionally excel in. There are so many other women that are attracted to them. So unless you can offer something totally different, you got to be able to stand out other than your light skin, your small nose, your butt, your big butt, or your big titties. You're gonna have to have something else different to offer. They see that every day, all day. Some of them even got prostitutes who serve them in that area, and they already offer all of that. So you have to be able to stand out and offer something different other than just your ass sets, if I will. So, you know, that's really what I really want to speak upon. You know, you got all of these women now, you know, getting all of this work done. And on top of that, like I said, these women are over 40. And it doesn't mean don't embrace your body, don't embrace your sexiness. I think all of women over 40, we've all been through some things. So we deserve to be able to embrace our body, embrace our age, embrace all of where God has brought us from. But the advertising, we need to keep that to a minimum. It is very tiresome. It's an overkill. Everywhere you go, you see it everywhere. A woman has to keep showing her assets. And they wonder why these men do not respect us. They wonder why they don't take us serious. All of this thirst trapping. It's okay to have your behind covered. It doesn't mean you're going to miss out on potentially getting a good husband or a good companion because your butt is covered. You feel like you got to advertise and keep exploiting yourself in order to get the attention you want. But that's the problem. That's the only thing you're going to get is just attention. No relationship, no companionship, but you will get attention. And we all know attention is what? Short-lived. Like I tell my daughter, respect will carry you much further than attention. So what's more important? Do you want attention or do you want respect? So anyway, leave y'all comment below. Let me know what y'all think about this message, today's content. Do you think that there's a lot of women who getting surgery because they're really confident, or are they getting surgery because they're really not confident? Do y'all think that a lot of these women think that once they get surgery, they have healed themselves? Now they are this new woman of God. They're this new restored, reformed woman, or only to find out that after the surgery, you still in the same place as you was before. You still not getting the type of men you thought you was going to get. You're still not getting the opportunities you thought that was going to be granted to you because you got all these changes done. What do y'all think about that? Has anybody done surgery? If so, are you willing to share? Has it changed your life, or has that pretty much kept everything the same? Do you think the problem is women are so asphyxiated on changing their bodies, but they're not as asphyxiated or changing their spirituality, connecting more with God, connecting more with themselves, connecting more with their spirituality? Let me know what y'all think about this, because I'm going to be reading your comments, okay? So nevertheless, y'all, thank y'all for being good sports. Hit that like button before you leave. I'd appreciate it. Just click that like button really quick. Anybody who wants to buy cable, I got over 11,000, 12,000 channels on my Fire Stick app. So if you're interested in it, let me know. I can mail it off to you today and have it delivered to you within 2 to 3 days if you were to order today. Those who are interested in getting a tumbler, you're welcome to hit me up on that as well. Enjoy y'all Friday. Big ups to all of the sisters and blogging, Black Titanic, Caramel Rail, Chit Chat with True T, Brown Skin Girls, the list goes on. All of you ladies are doing a phenomenal, awesome job. Let's keep supporting each other. And meanwhile, subscribers, y'all keep supporting all of us as well. Y'all be blessed. Take care. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It is Lady Mocha, your favorite content creator, one of your favorite content creators. Just thought that I would do a small presentation on my cable app known as Espresso Streams. So I know a lot of people have been inboxing me, hit me up, needing additional information pertaining to the app, pertaining to my cable app. So I thought it just would be better if I actually uploaded and did a video pertaining to the cable app and all of what it consists of, in case you have any additional questions or concerns. So let's get right into it. So nevertheless, as you can see, this is my widescreen TV, and I already have my Fire Stick inserted in the back. So like I said, for anybody who's interested in my cable, you can either purchase a Fire Stick from me, which is $65 plus shipping. Keep in mind that it will already come loaded with the cable app, so that's less work for you to do. So if you're not technology savvy, if you don't have a lot of patience, if you're not good at enabling settings and things of that nature on your actual Fire Stick, save yourself the headache and just purchase a Fire Stick from me. That way you don't have to do nothing, absolutely nothing, but plug it in your TV. And once you do that, this is what you're going to get. You're going to have the app already loaded there on there for you, which is my IPTV app. Now, if you are pretty high-tech savvy and you pretty much know what you're doing, you know how to load Fire Sticks, and you're pretty good at that, then you could actually just request the download app instructions from me, and then I will email them to you. That way you can upload the app on your own with your own Fire Stick if you already know how to load apps and if you're pretty good with, being technology savvy. But for those of you who are not, don't worry, everybody does not have the patience or the knowledge to be able to deal with technology. Just buy a stick. So this is what we're going to do. So my app is already loaded into my stick. We're going to go directly to IPTV Smartest app. And for those of you who already have a Fire Stick and you don't want to have to buy one from me, this is where you're going to need the instructions from me on how to install my IPTV Smartest app. Okay, so as you can see, we have live TV, we have movies, and we have series. Okay, now you can get up to as many lines as you want. Basically, the way that it works, because I have people asking me, well, what kind of packages do you have? It's not so much packages. It practically has to do with how many lines you want. Don't matter if you get one line. Well, you automatically going to get 2 lines. But any line you get is automatically going to come with 9,000 channels. So starting with the live TV, just to give y'all a little preview of what we have. I always start with USA Entertainment. I always tell my customers to start there because there's just so many things on this app, y'all. There's just no way in the world I'm going to be able to go through every tiny channel we have. Is just very time consuming. So as you can see, this is and it depends on your internet speed. You do need at least 25 megabytes or higher to get good quality internet. So if you got a bunch of devices running, or if you got that slow, cheap internet, you're going to be scrolling and loading for a long time. So please invest in good internet so you'll have good streaming quality. I've had people who have gotten my app realize that it's doing a lot of freezing. It keeps scrolling, thinking it's my app, and come to find out it had nothing to do with my app. They had internet speed that was in the teens, 15, 13, and I'm like, no wonder your streaming is so pathetic. So listen, to much is given, much is required. You got to get the real internet, not that dial-up mess and none of that, or else you're going to get poor streaming quality. All right, so these are just a sample of some of the channels I got. I got a lot. I got pretty much like several different stations of one channel, but I'll go into that as we get into this. So like for instance, I have two hers, BET her channel. You know, that's the BET channel for women. So I got two of those, and the reason why we have two or three of certain things is because if one acts up or one is having a hard time that day, you can just automatically go to the next one. Okay. So it does happen every once in a while. No different than Netflix, no different than Hulu. You know, when it comes to streaming, it has its moments. So need not to worry. We have a backup of every channel that we have. So I have all the BETs, the Bravos. Going to this Bravo here. Like I said, I'm not going to go through every single thing. It's just way too many to name. As you can see, once you click on the show that you want to watch, you will get a full screen. But we're going to back out of that. So we're just going to go down some more. So I'm going to get out of here. As y'all can see, we have the Court TVs. We have Discovery. We have a little bit of everything for family, husbands, children. For those of you who got kiddies out there, grandkids, let me tell you, they're getting bored with this Netflix. They're getting bored with the same thing over and over and over. Yes, we got Blue's Clues. We got Blueys. We got all this other special kids channels. I don't have any little ones, so I don't know what they're watching now, but we got the SpongeBob. We got a little bit of everything. Listen, only 9,000 channels for $25 a month. You can't beat that. Now, the only way the prices rack up a little bit is if you want extra lines. If you just want 2 lines, it's $25. If you want 4 lines, it's $35. If you want 3 lines, it's $30. So it just depends on how many lines you want. You may just be comfortable with just 2 lines. Now, keep in mind, for how many TVs you want, that's the amount of lines you want. So if you got 5 TVs, you're going to want to get 5 lines, okay? If it's just you and your husband and 1 child or something, or, you know, you may be able to work with 2 lines. So we got the adult tunes here, adult cartoons like Futurama, Beavis and Butthead and all of that. I don't have to show all of that. ESPN, for those of you who got men in your household who love sports, you got a sports fanatic. You may be a sports fanatic yourself. You got some women who are really into all of the different sports, and if it's not a live sport, it's not going to show. That's another thing, y'all. If it doesn't show, it's because it's a live event that either hasn't started or is over with. It does not mean something's wrong with the channel. Now, you got NFL, you got NBA, you got MLB, double NCAA basketball. I also got all the news channels. I have a lot of people who hit me up about that. Yes, you will get your news channel within the state in which you live in. I live here in Savannah, Georgia, and yes, my cable does come with Savannah, Georgia. So if you live in Los Angeles or Colorado or Jacksonville, yes, we have your local cable stations, okay? And if you can't get it, I'm going to throw extra app on there. That way you will have access to your local news stations. Because I get it. A lot of us are into the news, or we have parents or senior citizens who want to, be up to date with the news. So I have that as well. Now, let me get to some other stuff that I may have not mentioned to y'all. Now, this is one of my, let me get to this one. Premium movies, okay? So for all of y'all who are paying these separate apps for Stars and Cinemax, you're spending a lot of unnecessary money when all you have to do is spend $25 a month. And that way you can get your Stars, Cinemax, and then some. Look at all these Cinemaxes I have, okay? Good quality movies, good quality streaming, nothing raggedy, nothing choppy. It looks just like any other authentic cable provider. We don't have no Section 8 bootleg, nobody walking across the screen, none of that going on. Okay, so all these Cinemaxes, I'm not going to count them all. There's different ones, East, Action Max, blah, blah, blah. Not going to go through all that. MGM, they just added that. I didn't even see that until today. So they keep adding more stuff on here, y'all. And that's the great thing about this kind of cable app. We don't take away. We just keep adding and adding and adding. I never even knew we had an MGM, but learn one now. We got all the HBOs. Check this out, y'all. I got all the HBO comedy, HBO family, HBO zone. All this for $25. How much you paying on your cable right now? $150, $200, $175. Let's keep it moving. Look at all these Showtimes. I didn't see that. Showtime plus BET. I didn't even know no such thing exists. It's just so much stuff on here, y'all. I can't even watch all this stuff. Ain't no way. Only $25 a month. Showtime for women. Look at all these stars. Look at all these stars. Come on now. $25. This ain't no joke. This is legit. Encore. All this is just premium. I can't even keep up, y'all. I can't even keep up. Let me keep scrolling down. Yeah, so that's all the premium. Now, this is this is another little feature. A lot of y'all may like it, don't care about it. But this is called the relaxation channel, where you can just like listen to the ocean view music and things of that nature. So we got that. Now, let me let y'all in on one of my personal favorites. I'm an old school chick, okay? So I'm into the 24/7 classics category. And it shows like a lot of the old school, like Beverly Hills and stuff. Now, every once in a while, if there's a problem, let's say if it's showing something that is not supposed to show, just inbox me and say, Mocha, I went to Beverly Hills and it's showing me the Golden Girls. It does happen every once in the blue moon, not a lot. It happens once in a while. Inbox me so I can hit my team up and we can correct it. So if you go to one of your favorite channels and something is out of order or it's not working, please be specific. Let me know the category. Let me know the name of the show. And please be specific with what's wrong. Let me know there's no audio. Like in other words, there's no sound. Or if you hear a bad sound, say you can tell me there is audio, but it's a lot of staticking. You got to be specific so we can correct the issue. Now, it has Family Matters. This is the classics ones, y'all. Judge Judy, Leave It to Bieber, Living Single, meaning it shows nothing but that 24/7. So if you are a Living Singles fan, right, and that's all you like to watch or whatever, then we'll go to, okay, so Living Single, okay, is acting right. So it'll show Living Single episodes 24/7 if that's all you want to watch. Same thing with Martin. Same thing with My Wife and Kids. I love me some Sanford and Son, okay? So I can watch that all day. I got my TV on Sanford and Son all day and it not even bother me. Now, let's say if you got a business, you got a salon, you a real estate agent, whatever. You have clients, more so places like barbershops. If your husband got a barbershop business or something, he wants cable in there to keep his customers entertained. Instead of him paying for $100 something a month, all he has to do is get a Fire Stick for me and pay $25 a month. That have all of this 9,000 channels. Okay, so if you got a business and you want to keep your customers occupied and you want to save some money, Hit me up and get a Fire Stick 9,000 channel. Look, we got the Cosby Show, y'all. We got the Cosby Show. We got Brady Bunch. We got the Jamie Foxx Show. All of this is the 24 hours. So this one is my favorite. I stay on this one more than anybody, more than any of the categories. So that's probably why I be missing out on, you know, all of these new things that's coming on here. And I love Good Times, okay? I be watching Good Times 24/7. So we got the Sports Center, like I said, for all of you who got husbands, who got boyfriends, who are sports fanatics. I got your husbands, I got your baby daddy, I got them covered. All of this stuff here, I'm not going through all that NASCAR, volleyball. We just got it all, okay? I just got it all. We got Peacock here. So Peacock, I think it's some type of event, or I don't know, hell. But anyway, we got it. And the other things, in case I'm missing out. Oh, we got live pay-per-view events. So guess what? When those live events come to your house or whatever on HBO, whatever, you don't have to pay for that. It automatically comes with your package. Yes, the UFCs, all the boxing events, championships. There's no need of me clicking on them because there's no live events, so you're not going to see anything. But whenever there's a live fight, a championship, you're automatically going to get it, okay? So you'll be good on that. You ain't got to pay no extra money. You ain't got to go to nobody's house and pay no admission fee. What else we got going on here? So it's just so much to offer. That's my live TV. I'm going to come up out of that because I want to try to... I think I'm over. Yeah, I'm over 10 minutes. There's so much to cover. But all of these are the movies, okay? Not going to go through all them. As you can see, it's different sections: comedy, horror, mystery, all of that, documentaries. I got it all. Not gonna go through all that. It's just too many. You're just gonna have to wait till you get your Fire Stick and do your own navigating. Yes, I got all the current series. Everything you could think of, I have. Let me see. All of the whatever current series they have out right now, we have all of that. Not going to go through all of it. If there's a certain show you want to know about and you want to know if I have it, just inbox me. It's just too many to try to go through. It's just too many. It's just, look, it's 3,000. It's over 3,000 series in this just this category alone. So ain't no way I'm going to be able to go through all that. Classic shows, again, I'm a retro show watcher. So for all of your classic, my old school people, you know, old school shows, we got that too, okay? We got the kids shows, okay? We make sure we look out for the kiddies. We look out for the little ones. We got them too, or whatever. So we have all of this here. So just because you don't see the picture, it does not mean it does not work. We have different episodes, different seasons. So you get to pick whichever season you want to go to. So this is one of these shows. I don't feel like going all into that. Like I said, it's too much to cover. Okay, as you can see, all of it popped up. So sometimes you got to be patient. Give it a minute to load. And everything will show up. These are all the kiddie shows and everything. So, classic tunes, music videos. So I'm going to come out of that. But as y'all can see, this is how you know when to pay your bill. It'll let you know when your cable is going to expire to the bottom. The way payments are made, you simply Cash App or Zelle me. You don't have to inbox me and let me know that you're going to make a payment. You don't have to email me and say, hey, I'm sending the payment. Just send the payment. I'll automatically turn it on. Once I receive that Cash App, I get it. Sometimes we forget. We mix dates. Don't worry about it. I don't charge late fees. That's the beauty about my cable app. I don't charge late fees. I don't charge reconnect fees. You just pay your $25 whenever you get the money, and we cut it on. Now, for those who Cash App or whatever, it will be an extra $2 for transaction fee. So although the cable is $25, send $27 if you Cash App. If you Zelle, you don't have to send no extra, just the $25. But for all Cash App payments, it has to be $27, an extra $2 for a transaction fee. But you still can't beat that, because at the end of the day, these cable companies, they want more. So any questions or concerns, I think I just about hit everything. Like I said, get as many Fire Sticks as you need per TV. If you know, most of the time y'all watch 2 TVs, get 2 Fire Sticks, okay? It'll be $25 for up to 2 lines. You got 3 TVs, a third TV you want to add in that, then that's another $5. So that'll be $30. You got 4 TVs, add another 5, that's $35. So that's pretty much the name of the game. Like I said, I can't do less than 2 lines. Some people may be like, well, all I watch is 1 TV. That's cool. If you know somebody else who got a Fire Stick, give them your information so they can use your second line. Maybe your son in college, your daughter on her job or whatever. You could take your Fire Stick with you when you go on vacation. That's the beauty. Also, take your cable with you. You're going on a cruise boat. You're going out of town, and you know sometimes these hotels, they don't have the best cable selections. Take your Fire Stick with you. You could take your cable where you go. Only thing I recommend is that you don't forget and leave your Fire Stick there, and then you got to purchase another one from me. But they're great to take with you. You go out of town, you're going on a cabin trip. You know, you can take your cable with you. You know, sometimes you go visit your family. Everybody don't have cable. Take a Fire Stick with you. Now, this is the other thing. If you do recommend and send other people to me, I would knock $5 off of your cable for every customer that comes to me and actually buy it. So if you currently got cable with me and paying $25 right now, you send a friend and Kiki decides that she wants to buy my cable, I'm going to knock $5 off. Now you pay $20. Now you decide to send April to me and April wants to buy my cable, I knock off another $5. Now you pay just $15. So for everybody you send to me, I'm going to knock it all the way down to your bill gets to $10, and $10, that's the minimum payment. That's as low as I will go. So if you could bring a few people to me, guess what? Your 9,000 package is only be $10. You can't lose either way it go. So anyway, hopefully I answered the majority of everything, all of the questions, any concerns, certain channels, certain movies you would like to know about. You are welcome to email me, inbox me. But I wanted to do this presentation because a lot of people seem to be confused and not sure of how my cable really operates. So it has nothing to do with packages. It's a matter of how many lines you want. But either way, you're saving a lot of money. So hopefully this answers the majority of the questions, and I look forward to being your cable provider. Y'all have a blessed day. Talk with y'all soon.